Hey, welcome to a new video. Apologies if the last one sounded a bit rushed, at least I thought it was. Kind of because it was rushed, you know, I didn't really intend for it to be like that, but it was definitely rushed because my friend started texting me. Apparently I was supposed to go rock climbing with him. Oops, I forgot. We did go rock climbing though. This video I'm going to take it a bit more casually. So anyways, attacking these guys, very same deal. I don't know why the AI does this, but they a lot of times don't upgrade their units even if they have the gold for it. I know Denmark, because he's Deity AI, has the gold for it. I just don't know why he's not doing it. But anyways, you know, just targeting out his units. Ideally, I would not be, Ideally, I would not be, moving my mobile SAMs in, because that's happened. What just happened will happen frequently if I move them in like that, and I want them to be in my territory. It's the way they're not in the range of city shots and stuff like that, but for some reason I was just very impatient. First targeting this anti-air, and now I'm just going to go after more infantry, right? Whichever one the biggest threat is. I do have the gold to upgrade my artillery, but I'm not going to do it just yet, and I do finish off the infantry. Now, it would be smart of me to move my mobile SAM back because I just lost one last turn, but let's see what I do. This mobile SAM now is also in danger because it's very low health. And I win. I do not lose any mobile SAMs, which is awesome, and I've put some planes inside Nipper, particularly a fighter, so I can get, or a triplane I mean, so I can get some more range. First things first is do air sweep to see if there are any, if there's any anti-air resistance from fighters or triplanes or whatever, but there doesn't seem like any. And since I'm so good at military now, I'm just going to actually work gold in my cap, which not sure if that's the best move, but that's what I'm doing. No resistance, and now I can go kill these guys. Now, plane combat is kind of weird in this game. It lies to you in terms of how much it how much damage it deals. I don't know why it does it like that, but it does. It lies to you. It will it kind of overestimates the amount of damage done by a plane if it is missing health. I don't know why, but that's just how it works, right? Already taken the interception shot from that anti-air gun, so I don't need to do it again. And so currently my goal is just kill more units until I can do the same thing to Heliopolis that I did to myself. And also, I have stealth bombers now, which is freaking insane. These units are incredibly OP, and honestly, it would really be in my it would really be the smartest thing right now to move in on Denmark and continue to move in on him. I could get science, or I could get money, or something else. Now, here's the thing though. While I would like to kill Denmark, Denmark has a lot of culture, and he's the biggest threat towards Brazil's tourism victory, and Brazil is making a lot of tourism, right? So I cannot ignore that. Brazil is eventually going to overcome everyone. So I need to keep that in mind. As Brazil works his way up to like the information age and stuff like that, he's gonna get more and more tourism, so I can't let it be on standstill for too long. I go ahead and finish off that guy, but I'm putting my mobile SAM at a big risk. Here's hoping that it works out. And it does work out. He didn't even attack it with his infantry. He just moved his infantry into a weird spot. But yeah, I know last episode I was like, why am I building these? I remember why I was building them now. And it was because I do want to wait to upgrade them into XCOMs or use them to go into other people's territories, such as Brazil. Trying to do a war on two fronts here. Now that the walls are done, I'm going to make a castle and just continue to kill his units. Now, the stealth bombers are really good. They actually don't take a lot of damage from anti-air, and I'm going to try to liberate Melbourne as well. I think I'll go after that before going after Heliopolis. It will be a really good way to kill Danish troops. But yeah, these guys can just fortify and get health, and that worker is going to repair some tiles. There's one dead, and there's two dead with my 4-range artillery, which is freaking overpowered as bricks. Did lose another unit, which sucks, but oh well. I mean, I am kind of overestimating myself, but I'm making units faster than he is killing them, so I'm kind of okay with it. Looks like he is starting to fall behind, which is awesome, but now I'm fearing him less and fearing Brazil more. right? So I think at a point, if I can kill Brazil, I kind of want to do it. Gonna probably go kill this artillery and kill that anti-air gun before moving in on Melbourne, which I might actually be able to liberate this turn, depending on how the attacks go. Now, I do a mistake here. I moved my mobile SAMs before I attack the city. Totally shouldn't have done that. I should have seen if I could liberate it first before using the moves of my mobile SAM. Because if I can this turn, then I can't actually anymore, because I just got rid of all my melee units that had the potential to move in. Now I'm going to actually finally learn from my mistakes and move those guys backwards. And I totally could have taken it this turn with my mobile SAMs. I don't know why I did what I did, but oh well, I did what I did, and because of that I lost a mobile SAM, because I'm a freaking dummy. Lose my golden age, and thus lose a huge amount of gold per turn, which sucks, but oh well. Now let's liberate Melbourne and get rid of some warmonger penalties, which is excellent. We're just going to go after this tank because it's somewhat low health and we can actually deal with it fairly well. But yeah, the stealth bombers take very little anti-air interception damage, which is awesome. Now Denmark is still #1 in military, and I expect that to be the case, but as Filthy Robot once said, playing Deity AI is like playing tower defense, because the AI is going to have hundreds more units than you and it's going to use them terribly. Now check out Brazil right here. Here is what my problem with Brazil is. Brazil is rising with everyone except for Denmark. He's definitely going to overcome the Maya, because the Maya are making basically no culture right now. He's obviously going to overcome me, because no way am I making 350 something per turn. So the only one he isn't overcoming is Denmark. And Denmark has Thebes, as well as Copenhagen, and just a lot of cities, right? So it makes me a bit hesitant to kill Denmark before I kill Brazil, right? Maybe I should kill Brazil first, who knows? And so that's where I'm kind of torn. Should I take Thebes and make myself more powerful, but risk Brazil winning by a culture victory? Or should I not take Thebes, so that way I don't lose by a culture victory, and then just hope to kill Denmark after I kill Brazil? But yeah, I fear Brazil, I fear Denmark. Denmark and I are also playing musical chairs with Melbourne right here, which is a bit annoying. So as long as I can move my mobile SAMs out in time, then I'm not going to lose any troops to Melbourne, which is good, but I don't think I can do that. So if I keep doing a 1-for-1 trade with Melbourne, it will be a net loss for me. So somebody left a comment on the previous video that my microphone was being overpowered by the music. I don't know why, but my microphone resets itself every time I restart the computer to be quieter. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I'm going to go ahead and just talk about personal stuff for the rest of the video instead of talking about the game. I feel like the gameplay is pretty self-evident, and you know, it's pretty fun to me to chill out and talk about whatever real-life stuff. So I went on a date Sunday, right? It was cool. The chick I went out with was really cool. I can't tell, and maybe I'm like, this is like stupid oblivious me, and if you asked anyone else out there, they'd be like, oh, obviously, like, we know the answer, but I can't tell if she's like into me or not, right? Like, we had our date, and we went to a museum, and then we went back to my place and we made food. We did not have sex. She explicitly was like, don't have sex on the first date, and I was like, yeah, I know, like, that's kind of like not okay to do that, right? So we did not have sex, but she was like, she's like texting me, and she calls me like the prettiest boy ever and all that, right? And I'm like, well, I'm so flattered, right? And she was like, what's your last name? And I'm like, I told her my last name. This is like the first night I got her number or whatever, right? I met her on a dating app. I told her my last name, and she was like, also, check this out, he's paratrooping into my land, the frickin' sleaze he is. But she was like, what's your last name? And I told her, and she's like, that's so crazy, that sounds like my last name in a couple of years. And I was like, ha. I was like, ha ha ha. I was like, funny joke. I'm not really, I feel like some people be weirded out by stuff like that. I'm not really weirded out by it. I find it very endearing. But maybe that's just me being simp, right? But, so she was really into me, like before the date and during the date, right? We were like, she called me like, the like kiss me was like serotonin and all that, right? She's like, it's just instant serotonin when you do it. Also, I'm trying to get rid of cultural heritage sites, that way Brazil doesn't get a huge amount of tourism from it. Just FYI. And I'm trying to kill these ships up here that are killing Melbourne. Hopefully I can keep it alive and stop losing my Will Sams, which I hope to not lose. I mean, it's low health, you could kill it each time, but hopefully I won't lose it. But anyways, she was like, she does that, but then like, now that it's been a few days after the date, she like hardly texts me at all, and she like constantly leaves me on red and stuff like that, right? Or she like doesn't send me anything, and I'm like, am I overthinking this? She still is calling me like the prettiest boy ever, so I'm like, alright. So I can't tell. So viewers of the video, decide, does this chick actually like me? And I'm overthinking it. I'm being a stupid millennial whose brain is fried from sitting too close to the TV, and now I can't think straight. And she does like me. Or does she not, right? Like her words say one thing, but then her actions say another, so I can't really tell. But we're gonna have a second date. I don't know when, but she talked about having a second date, and we're gonna make lasagna this time, because I don't know, it's you. I mean, as a man, it's actually a rule of the universe that men don't know how to cook. So as a man, I will admit I don't know how to cook. And so she's gonna teach me how to cook, and we're gonna make lasagna. For those who don't know, I feel like I mentioned this like a million times because I'm a freaking pretentious little boy. But for those who don't know, I am a vegan, and so she is gonna make everything vegan with me. And I'm like, well, how flattering. I don't care if people aren't vegan. I try not to be a Nazi about it. I also could gift my unit to Melbourne, but I'm not gonna do that. I feel like I would use it more responsibly than they would. But yeah, I'm not gonna. I try not to be a Nazi about it, right? But I mean, I'm also gonna be like, if we're discussing food, I'm gonna be like, by the way, can it be vegan, please? Otherwise, I'm not gonna eat it, right? Like, I feel like that's kind of okay to mention. I don't know. Let me know what you think. Ooh, I just got a text. Oh, she texts me. Nice. So, I mean, maybe I'm overthinking, right? That's how you always do in new relationships or just whatever. I mean, we're not dating. It's more just like we met on a dating app and we get along pretty well, right? She's pretty anime. I'm not at all an anime, but she's pretty anime. Like, she watches like My Hero Academia and stuff like that, right? Like stuff I've like never seen, and I don't know. I mean, I have no like qualms with My Hero Academia. I just like don't think it's like a thing that like I want to watch, right? So my artillery has a lot of promotions now, and I would honestly rather get the rough terrain promotion than get anything else. I don't need March on it. It's super weak. It's gonna die in one shot anyways, so March is not really that important. Or if it doesn't die in one shot, it's gonna take 80 health, and then it will heal 10 or 20, and then it will die in the second shot anyways. Yeah, I have a feeling Denmark has a lot of culture because of all these citadels and other tile improvements that he has, so I honestly think it might be a good idea to keep historical landmarks. I don't know. But yeah, I did, if you watched the Greece game, I recorded that near Valentine's Day of this year. It's currently October 5th. In the Greece game, I mentioned how I have a girlfriend, but no more, we split. But it like wasn't like a bad thing. It was like, it was kind of like, in the long term, it wouldn't have worked out, so it's fine. Like, we don't really have disdain for each other or anything. Oh god, Shoshone's denouncing me. What am I gonna do, dude? I just don't even know. Ooh, I pillaged $100 in the caravan as well, which is super goat. It doesn't matter what point of the game that's in, if you do that, it's always amazing. Also, I recorded the multiplayer game this past weekend, and I'm gonna try to upload it. Emphasis on the multiplayer game, not games. I had to cancel game 2 because a lot of people bailed. Like, I knew some people would bail, but like, oh my god, so many people bailed. I was like not like prepared for the amount of people that bailed, so we only had one game, and even then we didn't have a full roster. We had 5 instead of 6 people, which is fine. I just changed the amount of city-states to adjust accordingly. I'm not gonna say who, but one guy got super terrible starting lands. This one player got like terrible starting lands, and like I don't know, I felt so bad. And I also felt bad for another reason, and that other reason is that I had to turn off or I did not have to turn off. I forgot to turn on strategic balance, and so some people got oil and some people didn't. So I felt really bad. I can take the city this turn with my mobile SAM, and I'm gonna do that. Should I raise or keep it? I'm going to keep it, but I'm gonna raise it down to 1 pop actually. Unfortunately, Denmark kept all the citadels, which is very pissing me off. But oh well. But look, I made it back to where I was. I'm in one piece now, which is awesome. You should never take the city first before doing your moves unless you have something like Just War, because then you'll get unhappy. Did lose a mobile SAM, which sucks, but I got a lot of liberation bonuses earlier, so I don't think people will hate me as much. I mean, Shoshone's totally gonna hate me because I killed his cap. Like, there's no way he's not going to hate me. Also, another thing I noticed is that my mic likes to pop when I hit P's. Really trying to work on that. I hate the popping sound. I used to have a filter on my old mic so it didn't do that, but this new mic does not have that. But that's going to be the end of this video, so thank you for watching. Thanks for listening to my date. The viewer of the video, you're awesome. Thank you.